Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Rich Clark, Guide to the Right Path, and I'm going to be talking about my spiritual work for the next few weeks and sessions and so forth in these videos. So my last session was I was speaking about how to spiritually connect with your ancestors without cultural appropriation. This one, number 2, is the science behind mantras or affirmations and how words heal the mind and spirit. So with this, it's the idea of hypnotherapy meets sound spoken energy work. And the idea is I would then work with you. I explained in the first session is how to get your personal mantra through your guides to help you through your subconscious therapy. Now, I'm going to explain some of the science behind mantras and affirmations, how they influence the mind, body, and spirit, backed by studies from neuroscience, psychology, and complementary traditions. So the thing is, most people think, oh, mantras and affirmations, it's all rubbish and there's never been proved, but it has. There's been science backing it. So the science behind a mantra and affirmations how to heal the mind and spirit is the brain's response to language. So words aren't just symbolic, they have psychological effects. So we're going to explain these. So the study is Lieberman et al. In 2007 used MRI scans to show that naming emotions affect labeling, reduced amygdala activity. Sorry, my pronunciation of some of these brain science things is a bit not that great. The fear center in the brain and activated the prefrontal cortex. So words help regulate your emotions neurologically. And that is why when I'm working with any client, I will give them affirmations to use daily. So if they want to bet themselves or get over fear, they can use these affirmations and they can use them like as a chanting with like a mantra or an affirmation to help them. This helps people when they've got fear of flying, fear of animals, certain animals like dogs, cats, spiders, snakes, whatever that is. It's using this old technique, which is being used in Indian culture and Ayurvedic culture and yogic culture for centuries. So when we speak or repeat an affirmation, you activate the same emotional regulation systems, soothing your stress and anxiety responses. So when we talk about the next one, we'll talk about the brain response to language. We're going to talk about self-affirmation theory. So self-affirmation theory is the following: is affirmations reinforce your self-concept and reduce stress responses. So this study is Cresswell et al. In 2005 found that affirmations reduce the cortisol levels. Cortisol levels is your stress hormones in students under pressure. So with this, then also the next study was Sherman et al. In 2009. Again, I will actually put the links to these so people can read them if they want to on my YouTube and LinkedIn posts. Show affirmations increased activity in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. It's all about the brain, a region linked to self-related processing. So again, these have all been studied by neuroscientists. And the implication is repeating statements like, I am safe or I am worthy is not just woo-woo. It actually biochemically reduces stress and helps you act in line with your values. Now, I don't teach people this I am safe. I don't like the I am thing and I am that. I just find it's very basic. Again, if someone wanted something, I would actually find it in their own language. So instead of I am safe, I am content, I am grounded. It's all very basic. What we need to do is when we work with clients, we really want to work with people and find the things that work for them, not so generalist. Yeah. So number 3, mantras and meditation is altering the brain structure. Now people think, how the hell does that do that? Well, mantras or affirmations often a sacred sound or a word repeated have a profound effect on the brain when combined with focused attention. So the study of this is Newberg and de Aquil. And de Aquili is 2001 found that mantra-based meditation decreased activity in the parietal lobe associated with ego boundaries and increased activity in the frontal cortex of focus and attention. Now, Curtin Kriya meditation, which uses a mantra repetition, has been shown by Kalasa in 2005 to improve memory, mood, and reduce inflammation markers in older adults. So this implication is repeating sacred sounds. So what we know of is Om. So Om, which is what they call it the sound of the universe, or Sadnam, Sadnam, whatever that is. My personal mantra I use is, which is also going to be the name of my future book I'm going to be writing, is suanuntajoiti, suanuntajoiti, which means the inner light of ourselves in the Tamil language, actually in ancient Tamil. And this is where actually I'm going to be coming up with this idea in a book of these ancient teachings and actually in a contemporary gaze. And going to be explaining it from my perspective. And anyway, with this rate, repeating sacred symbols, is it creates neural coherence. It shifts the brain waves and even promotes neuroplastic healing. It sounds very weird saying neuroplastic, but it is neuro healing is what we'll call it. So it actually heals the brain, it heals the nervous system. So if you actually notice when you learn to meditate, it actually does heal you. You don't always notice it. And actually, once you get very good at it, when you also learn the finger placements, you actually get to learn how all of that works with your nervous system. So this one is the power of sound, vibrational healing. Mantras are more than words. And affirmations, they are sound vibrations believed to affect the energy body or the nervous system, which I mentioned just there. And the study is by Bodhi in 2010 in a Buddhist traditions and Sanskrit sound studies. Now, Buddhist traditions are actually they're actually taken from yogic. So when people go, "Oh, I'm a Buddhist," and Buddhist is so old, Buddhism actually is stolen from Buddha, who was actually a Indian Brahmin. So actually, when everybody says about Buddhism is so great, it's actually all stolen from India anyway. So the Sanskrit sound studies or Tamil or whatever it is, I do Tamil ones and so forth because it's more towards my lineage and just what I've learned, suggest that ancient mantras entrance and entrain the nervous system. And the research on chanted Om by Kalyani et al. In 2011 shows it activates area in the brain associated with rest, with focus and compassion. That's the insular anterior cingulate cortex. And the implication of this is some vibrations in mantra chanting stimulate the vagus nerve, promoting deep parasympathetic healing. Now, parasympathetic healing is about changing the nervous system, relaxing that, because the nervous system is based on the idea of sodium potassium. And the idea of that is also making the neuro links work better. Now, neuroplasticity or rewiring the thought patterns. And this is affirmations and mantras, okay, support habitual rewiring, breaking toxic thought loops. So the study of this is Lale et al. In 2009 showed it takes 66 days to form a new habit. There are now people saying it's 88 days, some people say it's 30 days. Again, make your mind up, take a long time, yeah? But just be patient, have discipline. If you fall off, get back on, work what you can. And the regular affirmation repetition replaces self-critical thinking with adaptive, empowering beliefs over time. And so this implication is daily repetition of mantras, even silently, rewires the subconscious through constant reinforcement. So if you can do meditation, as soon as you get up, wash, do 10 minutes meditation. Just sit in silence, sit down. You can work with that. Have some music in the background, or just work in silence. Focus on your thoughts. And if you actually do get the mantras from me, you connect with your guide and they will help you do that. Okay? So the spiritual and holistic beliefs. Number 6 is even outside scientific lenses, affirmations and mantras are central to spiritual traditions because they anchor the mind. Japa, yoga, Buddhism, chanting. Again, there's chanting through all cultures. Aligned with the breath work, because of my Indian culture, is pranayama and mantra work. Create intention and alignment with a higher self. And the practitioners and traditions is we to look at it from the Yogi Sutras of Patanjali, mention mantra as path to calm the fluctuations of the mind. Again, Tibetan monks use mantra repetition to transform consciousness, and modern hypnotherapy, which I do, uses affirmation to access and reshape subconscious beliefs from Milton Erickson and Marissa Peerstyle, RTT, which I'm also trained in. So with this, how to use these effectively is this: repetitions, 5 to 15 minutes daily or during stress. The emotion, say them with feeling, not like a robot. Present tense, which is what they always like, which is why people like I am healing, not I will heal. But again, you can say things like, I'm healing, instead of I am healing, I am healing. Again, stop being so robotic, make it interesting. Also use the idea of rhythms, also find out the key of it. And also with myself, if you work with that, I can actually create, once you've got the mantra, tell me the mantra, I can also repeat that and create tracks for you as well. So you have your own hypnotherapy and you have your own meditation mantra tracks. So another thing as well is the example of affirmations of healing focus is people will use things like, is it safe for me to heal? Every cell in my body responds to love. I release what no longer serves me. That's pretty much a common one. And then I am aligned with peace, purpose, and protection. Again, if you have a problem with your plosive words, the peace, purpose, and protection, it's quite difficult. I'd say is I release what no longer serves me, is when you're going through healing or doing anything like that is really useful. So if you are interested in knowing more about this work and you're interested about the idea of that, also I'm going to be writing in my new book about these sort of things and going into this in more depth. Please don't hesitate to contact me. And with that, you can get your own personal mantra decoded through subconscious therapy with myself from your ancestors, from your guides, from your lineage. Please contact me at www.richclark.net. And if you do a free discovery call, we can work out what you want. And then you would do connection to guide session. Or you can do more sessions with me, which we do as a program to help you with that. So until then, I shall speak to you soon.